Hello, I'm Jen. Welcome back to my channel, Literary Love 123, where I combine my master's in English with my passion for the horror genre to talk about the books that I read. Today's video is my April TBR video. So after a quick intro, I'll be right back to talk about my reading plans for April. I want to start by apologizing if the lighting is not the best or if you hear thunder in the background. We are in the middle of a thunderstorm right now, but I needed to get this video out because it was fresh on my mind. And if I don't do it, when it works for me, then it might not happen. So sorry about the lighting and the possible thunder that you may hear. Let's just get right into the books. So April is my birthday month. I said, let's get right into the books. And then I start talking about something else, but it has a point connected to books. April is my birthday month. I will be turning the big 50 in April. And I am going to slow my reading down a little bit and not really heavily participate in readathons. There's the huge old school April readathon, which I am participating in, but in a very light kind of way. I haven't looked at the prompts, and really what I'm going to do is just read and watch what I planned on anyway, and then see which prompts they fit. Old School April's a lot of fun, but I have a busy month, and I also have a trip to New Orleans in April to celebrate my birthday. And I will be meeting up with the wonderful Kelsey from Slime and Slashers, who is the host, the creator, the brilliant force behind Old School April. And I will be meeting also with Kat from Kat's Novel Adventures, who is another brilliant creator and co-host of Old School April. So with all of that out of the way now, let me talk about the books I plan to read. So the first two are highly anticipated reads for me. And the first one I want to talk about is Blood on Her Tongue by Johanna Van Veen. And look at the blood, and look at the blood, and look at the blood. I absolutely loved this author's My Darling Dreadful Thing. It was in my top reads of 2024. So I have been anxiously awaiting Blood on Her Tongue. So let me tell you what it's about. The Netherlands, 1887. Lucy's twin sister, Sarah, is unwell. She refuses to eat, mumbles nonsensically, and is increasingly obsessed with a centuries-old corpse recently discovered on her husband's grand estate. The doctor has diagnosed her with temporary insanity caused by a fever of the brain. To protect her twin from a terrible fate in a lunatic asylum, Lucy must unravel the mystery surrounding her sister's condition, but it's clear her twin is hiding something. Then again, Lucy is harboring secrets of her own, too. Then the worst thing happens. Sarah's behavior takes a turn for the strange. She becomes angry and hungry. Lucy soon comes to suspect that something is trying to possess her beloved sister. Or is it madness? As Sarah changes before her very eyes, Lucy must reckon with the dark, monstrous truth or risk losing her forever. I cannot wait. Okay, the second book I want to talk about, I've talked about several times on my channel before, but I'll talk about it again, and that is Private Rights by Julia Armfield. Similarly to the author of Blood on Her Tongue, I have read Julia Armfield's previous book, Our Wives Under This Sea, and I absolutely loved it. So I have high expectations for this book. And let me tell you what it's about. It is kind of a reimagining of Shakespeare's King Lear. And that's one of the things, also in addition to this author's beautiful prose, that has drawn me in, is because King Lear is my favorite Shakespeare play. So let me tell you what Private Rights is about. It's been raining for a long time now, so long that the land has reshaped itself and old rituals and religions are creeping back into place, or into practice, rather. Sisters Isla, Irene, and Agnes have not spoken in some time when their father, an architect as cruel as he was revered, dies. His death offers an opportunity for the sisters to come together in a new way. In the grand glass house they grew up in, their father's most famous creation, the sisters sort through the secrets and memories he left behind until their fragile bond is shattered by a revelation in his will. The sisters are more estranged than ever, and their lives spin out of control. Irene's relationship is straining at the seams. Isla's ex wife keeps calling, and cynical Agnes is falling in love for the first time. But something even more sinister may be unfolding. Something related to their mother's long ago disappearance and the strangers who have always seemed unusually interested in the sisters' lives. Soon it becomes clear that the sisters have been chosen for a very particular purpose, one with shattering implications for their family and their imperiled world. Definitely looking forward to that one. The next book I want to talk about is a classic that I have not read before, and that is The Awakening by Kate Chopin. When first published in 1899, The Awakening shocked readers with its honest treatment of female marital infidelity. Audiences accustomed to the pieties of late Victorian romantic fiction were taken aback by Chopin's daring portrayal of a woman trapped in a stifling marriage, who seeks and finds passionate physical love outside the straitened confines of her domestic situation. Aside from its unusually frank treatment of a then controversial subject, the novel is widely admired today for its literary qualities. Edmund Wilson characterized it as a work quite uninhibited and beautifully written, which anticipates D.H. Lawrence in its treatment of infidelity. So I'm also looking forward to reading this. I have read this author's, I think it's just titled The Hour or An Hour, and I did very much enjoy that. So I'm excited about this one. The next one is a nonfiction book that I will be reading to help me prepare for horror courses that I'll be teaching to high school students, and that is Monsters in the Classroom Essays on Teaching What Scares Us. It is edited by Adam Golub and Heather Richardson Hayden. So let me tell you a little bit about this book. Exploring the pedagogical power of the monstrous, these new essays describe innovative teaching strategies for high school and college courses. Contributors discuss the implications of inviting fearsome creatures into the classroom, showing how they create compelling narratives and give students ways to analyze history, culture, and everyday life. The monsters can be used to teach literature, film, philosophy, theater, art history, religion, foreign languages, and other subjects. And this also has examples of syllabi, assignments, and class materials. So this is one I am very much looking forward to digging into and using for my courses. The next book I want to talk about is a poetry book because April is National Poetry Month. I read poetry throughout the year, but this is a month I really want to focus on it a lot of extra time, right? And I'm going to be using this book that sits on my coffee table that I pick up, not every day, but when the desire strikes me. And that is a nature poem for every day of the year. And this is edited by Jane McMorland Hunter. So I am definitely looking forward to picking this up. I'm not going to necessarily say every day in April because I will be gone, for a weekend, and I don't think I'm going to take this big book with me. But I do plan to get to it fairly often at any rate. I do have an audiobook that I want to read, and I should have pulled up the synopsis of it before I started recording, and I didn't, but my phone is right here. So let me just quickly get to that and we'll talk about it. But the book is Something in the Walls by Daisy Pierce. So let me give you the synopsis of this book. Newly minted child psychologist Mina has little experience. In a field where the first people called are experts, she's been unable to get her feet wet. Instead, she aimlessly spends her days stuck in the stifling heat waves sweeping across Britain and anxiously contemplates her upcoming marriage to careful, precise researcher Oscar. The only reprieve from her small, close world is attending the local bereavement group to mourn her brother's death from years ago. Then she meets journalist Sam Hunter at the grief group one day, and he has a proposition for her. 13-year-old Alice Weber claims a witch is haunting her. Living with her family in the remote village of Bannathel, Alice finds her symptoms are getting increasingly disturbing. Taking this job will give Mina some experience and much needed money. Sam will get the scoop of a lifetime, and Alice will get better. Mina is sure of it. But instead of improving, Alice's behavior becomes inexplicable and intense. The town of Bannathel has a deep history of superstition and witchcraft. They believe there is evil in the world. They believe there are ways of dealing with it, and they don't expect outsiders to understand. Oh, that sounds so good. I'm so excited about it. So that is my April TBR, and I am very, very much looking forward to these books and looking forward to my travels and looking forward to meeting the wonderful Kelsey and the wonderful Kat in person. And I hope you will have a wonderful reading month of April. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for watching. I would really appreciate it if you would hit that like button, if you would subscribe, and that way we can keep talking about books that we love and maybe books that we don't love as much sometimes. Have a wonderful day, night, wherever you might be in the world, and thank you for watching. Bye.